2. On tonight's Clubhouse Live, Josh Jones welcomes wide receiver and Warhawk Jake Kumerow. The Pack lost to the Cards and then lost their coach. We'll talk it over with the guys. Plus, our Clubhouse Live challenge, it might make your ears hurt, and you're going to have to check it out anyway. We're giving away tickets to the Gridiron Glory exhibit, and it's time to get started. Open the doors!
Hello again, everybody. Hey, welcome back again to the Clubhouse Sports Pub and Grill here inside the Radisson Paper Valley Hotel, downtown Appleton, Wisconsin. I am Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin. How is everybody doing tonight? Yeah. We got a great crowd, an enthusiastic crowd, a lot of energy. We'll get started in a second. But first things first, let's give it up for tonight's door openers. We have Isabel and we have Luke, and they're all the way from Mayville, Wisconsin. All right, we'll catch up with Isabel here in a few moments, but I got to do a few other things, and the worst part of the show for sure is coming up. It's when I have to introduce the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. It's none other. And thankfully, the one and the only, right? It's Chicago Bears fan.
They broke the mold.
Chicago Bears fan Ricardo Arguello.
Hello,
everybody.
how is everyone? Thank you.
Such a downer you are.
Yes, it is. And, I feed off the booze, though, so thank you so much for that.
Hey, nice showing by your Bears yesterday.
They were
Ricardo.
awful. They had a terrible game. The whole NFC North did, though,
Giving
thankfully.
up 30 points to the Giants, Ricardo. What is
they have
going
a
on
pretty
with
good
that?
running back. His name's Saquon Barkley. I'm not sure if you know that.
But I thought the Bears had Khalil Mack and a great defense.
They do for about 3 quarters.
Yeah, so enough of your Bears. They're not
Yes.
going anywhere. You can still live in 1985 and just kind of do your thing
Great
as
year.
you always do. Let's talk about this, everybody. Arizona Cardinals 20, Green Bay Packers 17. Not good. The Packers suffered their first loss of the season at Lambeau Field, saw their playoff hopes all but dashed as they dropped to 4-7-1 on the year. The offense struggled again to find a rhythm. 3 of 14 in third downs. Defensively, Arizona rushed for 182 yards. As it won at Lambeau Field, the Cardinals, for the first time in franchise history, hard to believe, and in a prime example, of course, in burying the lead, right, Ricardo? Mike McCarthy, fired as a Packers coach following the game. McCarthy had been in charge since 2006, so some strange days going on. Definitely in Titletown. That means it is Mad Vince, or maybe I should say it's Concerned Vince right now. Maybe that's more of a concerned look on his face, as some strange days, as I said, some uncertain future for the Green Bay Packers. We see the coaching search commence right now. But we're going to liven it up. We're going to have a good time tonight because our co-host, he's sitting right there. He's back. It's Green Bay Packers safety, Josh Jones. He's right there. And look who's hanging out with Josh tonight. It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver, Warhawk extraordinaire, right? It's Jake Kumerow. We'll get to those guys in a second, but I want to give a big thank you to our presenting sponsor, Shopko, the official hometown store of the Green Bay Packers. Shopko, they've been celebrating kids who are making a positive impact in their communities and beyond through its Kids Making a Difference program, in which 10 kids this season, young leaders between the ages of 6 and 12, will serve as Shopko's kickoff kid at Lambeau Field. And serving as Shopko's kickoff kid for Sunday's game against the Arizona Cardinals was Isabel Rose Newmeyer of Mayville. And she's here with her family. Check this out. Isabel gave herself a lofty goal, collect 500 pairs of shoes for people in need. She wrote hundreds of letters and spoke at her church to solicit for her cause, and in 9 weeks, she exceeded her goal. The shoes were sent by You Can Missions Incorporated to kids in Belize who would otherwise be without. And at only 11 years old, Isabel is proving that even someone very young can be quite a soul blazer. Round of applause for Isabel, giving back to her community. For more information about kids making a difference or to sign up to be a 2019 Shopco Kickoff Kid, go to shopco.com/kickoffkid. Ricardo, how does the show work?
This is an interactive show, so we invite your comments and questions through our live chat, which can be found online next to our video viewer. Margaret Notchick, she's here monitoring the chat. She'll relay those comments and questions right over to you.
As always, guys, hashtag is Clubhouse. Give us a follow on Twitter. I'm at PCBrettsy. Margaret's at M Notchick. Josh is at JoshJones11_. And I don't think Jake has a Twitter account. I don't think Jake's on Twitter. Are you on Twitter? He says no. He is not on into social media. And Ricardo, I guess we can say at PC Ricardo.
Yeah, at PC Ricardo.
Also, Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. So we have the Bears welcome Matt onto the stage, so the guys can stomp their feet all over that ugly sea.
First place, Bears.
The ugly sea. And let's get our co-host onto the stage. He is in his second NFL season, both with the Green Bay Packers. He doesn't need sleeves to play in the cold. He sacks quarterbacks, doesn't he? And he also gives hugs to quarterbacks on the sideline. Did you see that too? Give it up for Green Bay Packers safety number 27, Josh Jones. I guess we're done doing the handshake. Just do whatever Josh wants to do. I'm following his lead. Josh Jones is here giving hugs to quarterbacks, sacking quarterbacks. Just don't be hugging me now, right? Yeah. Just don't be hugging me, but we'll talk about that. But I have some programming notes. I got some things to talk about. Our very Clubhouse Christmas show, everybody, that's in 2 weeks, okay? That's December 17th, so come dressed in your ugliest Christmas sweater. 2 weeks in this ugly Christmas sweater contest, Josh. Yeah. Why are you looking at me like I'm ugly, period? You're just kind of staring at me like I'm ugly. You look at that guy like he's ugly.
Very pretty.
You know what you should do is wear a Bears jersey. That would be good. The best, ugliest sweaters win prizes, plus one lucky audience member will get his or her picture taken with us as our very special Clubhouse Live Christmas card, all right? But we don't know who's going to get that. Also, programming note, we will not, people have been asking, we will not have a show at all the week of Christmas. So nothing December 24th, that's a Monday. We're obviously not going to move it to December 25th, that's Christmas. We are off that entire week, so you don't have to be here. You can be here if you want. And then we will reconvene not on Monday, December 31st, because that's New Year's Eve, and that's a big go-out night. But we will be back with Josh Jones on Tuesday night, January 1st, for, well, it could be Josh's last show. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you guys can make the playoffs, Josh. Maybe you can make the playoffs yet. So you got it, everybody? 2 weeks Christmas show, no Christmas show the following week. Just January 1st, the week after that, we are good to go. You pick the topic tonight. What do you want to start off by talking about?
Man, I'll follow your lead, man. Whatever you want to talk about.
You gonna want me to go off my script?
What you got for me?
Well, let's do this first. Let's talk a little bit about. Hey, Rosie, put up the picture of Josh Jones, would you? Sacking the quarterback. Come on, there it is. Look at that, Josh Jones doing his thing. Oh. Look at you.
About time.
What are you thinking about, huh? They need to send you through there more often. You're disruptive. You're a force.
Game plan situations, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Did that feel good?
Felt great. Yeah.
Did you think about us at all when you were sacking the quarterback?
I was just thinking about, man, just a way to approach him, because, nowadays you hit a quarterback a certain way, and they'll throw a flag. But, yeah.
He had no chance, did he? He had no chance.
Nah, he didn't see me coming.
He cowered in fear as you were coming through.
Perfectly drawn up by Mike Pettin.
Yes, sir. Right.
Yeah.
Juking back, you come sprinting through, and that's I think your third career sack. Am I correct?
Yeah.
2 last year, first one this year. So get this thing off and running on the good note. But now we got to talk a little bit about some stuff that happened after the game yesterday. I know it's been all over, and there's been a lot of player reaction. But what was your immediate reaction upon learning of the firing of Mike McCarthy, your coach? What was he? Disbelief, shock, anger, confusion. What was?
I was a little shocked, if anything. I didn't expect that. I don't think nobody did. Especially after a season with 4 games left. But that's just this business, and it's been done before, with other teams. But I don't think it's been done here. But a lot of people were surprised. It's just unfortunate that it had to happen, that we had to go out like that.
Expectations were high for you guys coming in, but here you are at 4-7-1. Just nothing really ever went right. Of course, injuries again. Yeah. But why do you think it came to this? Did you sense a disconnect with Mike and the guys in the locker room? Had he lost the locker room?
No. First off, no. Mike didn't lose the locker room. Guys were still bought in. it's just the way, sometimes the ball rolls. I mean, he's a phenomenal coach. I don't think anybody can take that from him. He's a successful coach. He's been a successful coach, and he'll, be a successful coach wherever he goes. It's once we've had some close games that we just couldn't finish. And like I always say, coaches coach and players perform. So you can't really, put all of the the losses and the things that went on him. So.
So I'm guessing players then feel some responsibility, obviously, of how this all played out.
This is a partnership. When you play football, everybody has a role. The coaches, it's not all one person's fault, one player's fault. It's not one coach's one side of the ball's fault. It's a collective thing. And once we all don't perform, then obviously the first person that goes is the head coach in this profession, in any profession, and that goes with the NBA, all of sports. That's what happens, But I wish Mike the best, man. He's been nothing but good to me. I appreciate everything he's done since he's been here. He made it a smooth transition for me, coming out of college and getting adjusted to being a pro. It was super comfortable around there because of him.
Well, that's a good segue here because I have it on my script, but I know you keep tabs of what's going on in the social media channels, right?
I actually don't.
Well, you might a little bit maybe, but a lot of folks ragging on Mike McCarthy, and it's been pretty nasty. Some of the comments. Give us a glimpse as to what this guy's like behind the scenes, because obviously we all don't see what he's like behind closed doors and. You always hear that he's got a different personality with guys when the cameras aren't rolling.
You got to think about it, man. Mike was for the players. He was for us. Like, not once have you ever seen Mike throw a player under the bus. When something went wrong in the game, Mike the blame was always on him. I tip my hat off to him. He's never blamed the defense. He never blamed the offense. He never blamed the player. Even when that should have been the case. But he's always had our back. I think we just, as a team, coaches included, players included, we just didn't do enough, the past 2 years. We've been in a position to win. We've been in a position to make those plays, and it just didn't happen. And that's my whole take on it.
Think you'll get a chance to reach out to Mike before?
I probably won't ever get. I don't know. I would like to, but just to tell him thank you. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's with his family right now and just probably soaking everything in. But he'll be okay, and we'll be okay.
Do you? Maybe it's an unfair question, but do you agree with the decision, or do you think?
I'm not going to get into that because that's above my pay grade. I'm not a GM. I'm not a CEO or president of the Green Bay Packers organization. I'm a football player for the Green Bay Packers, and my job is to go out there and to perform on the football field. My job isn't to make decisions based on coaches or personnel. My job is to play for the coach and do what the coach says. But that's how any business goes. If you perform the way we performed the last 2 years, then there's consequences, especially with such a great organization like the one we have. There's a lot of expectations to live up to. There's a lot of sort of pressure to just to perform on a weekly basis.
A couple more things. I know Margaret's got a couple online questions, so I'll give her time to collect those. But I understand Mark Murphy did meet with the guys today. What was his message to the locker room?
I mean, obviously he just informed us, that the changes were made, and obviously everybody has to stick together.
How about Joe Philbin? Now he's your interim coach. Obviously, he's got head coaching experience with the Miami Dolphins. But what did he tell you guys? Because obviously there's going to be a little bit of a transition here, and guys are, I'm guessing, a little shell shocked.
Yeah, Joe just came in and said, everybody just finish the season. We have 4 more games left. Everybody just play hard, give it all you got, and do it to the best of our ability.
All right, time to kick it over to Margaret. I think you have a couple questions online tonight.
Just one to start out with, but a lot of viewers turning in tonight, so we may have a few more later in the show. We've got viewers from Iowa, Texas, Florida, Kansas, Tennessee, Alabama, Washington, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Arizona, Missouri, and of course, Wisconsin. And our first question of the night is from Chris on Facebook, and he wants to know for Josh, how do you avoid the distractions on the field and in the locker room when something like this happens?
I mean, well, you gotta understand as a player, your job isn't, like I said before, my job isn't to, say who's going to be the coach, worry about who's going to be the coach, worry about, who I'm playing with. My only job is to, go out there and perform and try to make this team every year, be on this team, and to, help this team win. That's everybody's job in that locker room. Nobody's job is safe. Obviously, we understand that, and that's with any team in the NFL. This is a performance-based, job. This is a performance-based career. This is what we signed up for. But you just can't let what you see on TV, the media, and everything just seep into what we have going on. Everybody in that locker room, we're brothers. We play for one another, and this is all about sticking together and not letting that affect how we operate, how we're going to operate moving forward.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Margaret. A couple more, Ricardo. Get ready for the first audience question. I was going to ask you, how do you expect the guys are going to react these next 4 weeks? Obviously, nobody's going to mail it in yet, right?
I mean, I expect guys to play for one another. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Just playing for the guy next to you. Obviously, guys are not going to. What do I say? Like, we can't. I don't see guys letting this affect how they're gonna play. I really don't, because we all know everybody in that locker room is a pro. We all know what can come with this business. We know that, and we see it. You watch ESPN, you see it all the time, man. Coaches getting let go, players getting let go. So we understand that this is our life.
How do you deal with it's kind of the unknown of the future, though, right? Obviously, you know what's going to happen these next 4 games, but then now there's an off season and a coaching search, and get a little kind of the unknown is always a little fearful, right?
Definitely is, man. I mean, not necessarily fearful, because I believe in the God that I don't fear anything. I don't fear man, and I don't. And as far as the future, I understand that it's bigger than me, and that my God holds the keys to the future. And I'm not worried about it. As long as I do my part, as long as I wake up every morning, I'm a great person on and off the field. I'm a good father first and foremost. And as long as I take care of my business when I step into those doors at Lambeau Field, if I do all that, everything else will take care of itself.
I know it's not your decision, but how much do you want to see Mike Pettin remain part of the new regime coming in? Because obviously, despite all the injuries you've had, there's been definite growth in that defense. Yeah, man,
Pet's been good. So like I said, man, whatever decision that they make, I don't know how that works. I've never been through a coaching change before, so I don't know how this goes. But obviously, Pet's done a phenomenal job. So, but obviously, we'll all see after the season.
All right, last thing, Rosie, put up the other photo of Josh. I don't know what's going on in this picture here, Josh. You and looks like the offensive lineman there, Mason Cole. Are you guys talking about Christmas or New Year's? Some plans? What's going on up there? What are you guys talking about?
You gotta let him know. What's up? Yeah, nah, man. He like pushed me after the play, so I got in his face.
Yeah.
We had a few exchange of words, but that's a story for a different day.
Yeah. That's a conversation best left for Clubhouse Live after dark, right, after Ricardo, dark. Where it gets more adult. Definitely. All right, you got tonight's first audience question.
Yes, he's a friend of ours here. He's been here before. This is Noah from Kimberly. Noah, your question for Josh.
When you had an open shot at the quarterback yesterday, what was going through your mind right before you hit him?
Well, right before I hit it, you know what? To be honest, we repped that same blitz almost 10 to 15 times in practice, throughout the week. And all of the times, probably except for one, I came too wide. And I remember telling Pet, I think it was after a Thursday practice, I think it was. I told him, we had just got done watching the practice film, and everybody had left. I said, Pet, man, please don't throw it out. Please don't throw it out. Those are my exact words, the honest to God truth. I told him, I said, Pet, man, don't throw it out, because usually we kind of, calls that we put in, we kind of throw them out if we're not running them right. But I said, Pet, man, just please don't throw it out, man. I'm going to run it right. And he called it, man, at the beginning of the game. And So I got to hit it right. I got to run it right, and then I did that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right.
Good job there. Telling your coach. Coach listening, too. Listening to his players. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. It's time for tonight's Concrete Cutter Stat Pack. Concrete Cutters Incorporated has been serving our communities for over 38 years. Call them for all your sawing and coring needs. Now, Mike McCarthy is the only head coach, folks, in Packers history to have been let go during a season, and he's only the second coach in team history to have not finished a season. The other was Gene Ronzani. Remember that guy? Ricardo, you were born around that time. He resigned with 2 games remaining back in 1953. Right? You remember that?
How long ago was that?
Yeah. Pay attention over there, would you?
Sorry.
Goodness. McCarthy's final line in nearly 13 full seasons with the Packers, you got to give him his applause, right? 135, 85, and 2. 10-8 postseason record, 6 NFC North Division titles, 9 playoff appearances, 4 NFC Championship appearances, 1 NFC title, and of course 1 Super Bowl championship, and 1 street name for him too up in by the practice field. So he deserves a round of applause. Sometimes things just run their course, and sometimes change can be okay. Change can be productive. We're thinking about changing out Ricardo after the season.
No way, in the contract.
Yes. We're doing trivia tonight, aren't we?
We are, but there's some rules, so let's go through them. First off, we will ask the question. If you think you know the answer, you have to raise your hand. Please do not shout it out. If you're correct, you win what, Brett?
Josh?
Pizza and beer.
Yes,
There you
sir.
go,
Pizza and beer. He was ready.
That's right.
Right here at the clubhouse.
That's right. And once you win, though, you're out for the rest of the show. That's only fair. And sorry, live chatters, you got to be here to win. But Margaret Notchick, she'll be handling our online trivia contest.
All right, here we go. Quick trivia question number 1. I am asking: the Packers and Cardinals hooked up for a 1982 NFC first-round playoff clash at Lambeau Field. Green Bay earned a 41-16 victory over the Cards behind the performance of this quarterback who tied a team playoff record with 4 touchdown passes. Dale, we got to spread the wealth a little bit.
Come on, Dale.
Who knows it? Who knows it? Well,
No one's raising their hand?
This guy right here.
Oh, okay.
What do you got? Yeah, give him the bell and give him the pizza and beer, Josh. Oh my gosh, he's on the stage. I thought something bad was going to happen.
We can't
there for
have
a
that
second.
now.
I thought something. Dale, I might need you to be my offensive lineman here. Hold on. Lynn Dickey connected. How about some blasts from the past year with John Jefferson? Remember him, JJ? That was twice. Also tossed TDs to James Lofton and Eddie Lee Ivory.
Eddie Lee Ivory.
As he tied Bart Starr with 4 touchdown passes in a playoff game. That mark has since been tied twice by Aaron Rodgers. Lynn Dickey, number 12 before there was number 12. Lynn Dickey could play some football. Look up some Lynn Dickey stuff on YouTube. He could
do that.
He could sling it.
And he didn't move around too well. So you
Well,
don't have
that
to
was
worry about the
kind of
camera
the downfall. He was
Yeah.
a statue back
Yeah,
there
he
because he had
was.
a lot of some bad legs. but
Skyscrapers had more
He
mobility.
could throw the football. He could
Yes.
throw the football. All right, you guys ready for tonight's guest? Here we go. Sit tight, Jake. I've got a nice long intro for you. Our guest tonight is a first-year NFL player. He was signed by the Packers in January after spending the final week of the 2017 season on the team's practice squad. Our guest tonight made his NFL debut on Sunday, right? He caught 1 pass for 11 yards against the Cardinals. Our guest tonight was originally signed, I should say, by the Bengals as an undrafted free agent in May of 2015. He started his collegiate career, unfortunately, Badger fans, at the University of Illinois, right? We're not going to hold that against him. Our guest tonight finished his collegiate career, unfortunately, at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. I'm not a fan.
All right.
I'm not a fan. He knows why. I already told him. He should have gone to the Harvard or the Midwest, UW-Stevens Point, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He helped the Warhawks win 2 NCAA Division III national championships, also finished with a school record 36 touchdown receptions in 35 games. Our guest tonight enjoys fishing, snowboarding, and basketball. He once listed the Chicago Bears as his favorite NFL team. What?
Woo!
No way. And our guest tonight might have the most glorious beard in Packers history. There's no doubt about it. Give it up for Green Bay Packers wide receiver number 16, Jake Kumerow. All right. Welcome to Clubhouse Live. Maybe, my friend, it still bothers me that you're a Warhawk, but I'll try to get over it throughout the course of the show. But because this is Josh's show and this is his, and you're his guest, he always asks the first question of the night.
So what was it like, if you don't mind me asking, playing at we talked about it in the car, like playing at a D3 school. Like, tell us, like, the road there to get here.
Playing at a D3 school is a lot of fun. Yeah, no, I started at the University of Illinois as a walk-on, so I got to experience, being at a big school and seeing what that was like. And then transferring to Whitewater, is a slight bit different. We have to share the weight room with the rest of the school. We got to buy our own stuff, wear our own gloves. You don't get as much things handed to you. So, the guys that are really there, the guys that really, want to play football just to have fun. So, yeah, it was a tough road, fun road. Wouldn't look back, wouldn't doubt anything about it. So I had a great time at Whitewater.
Yeah, but Whitewater's no regular D3 team, though, when he played there. They were.
Well, they could have beaten NC State. There's no doubt about that.
Crazy.
There's no doubt about that.
They were good, but I don't know if they're that good.
Chance, man.
They'd have taken down. You said you had a lot of fun at Whitewater. You had more fun in Stevens Point, though, Jake.
I don't know. Winning the games is pretty fun time.
You would have won some games. Hey,
No.
have you ever seen the gymnasium at Stevens Point filled with basketball championships? I know we're talking football, but they do win at Stevens Point, Ricardo. You know that.
D3 school.
Is it surreal, Jake? Let's get back to the script. You're a fan favorite. You're like a folk hero already. What is that like for you?
I don't know. I'm just coming here to play football, do my job, like Josh is saying, man. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, see? What do you guys think? They're all smiling at him. You look at that Grizzly Dan over there with his beard. Man, your beard just blows his beard away.
His blows mine away. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm thinking yours blows his away.
His has the wisdom to it.
He's got some wisdom, but man, you got.
That means you're old.
I said it nice.
Yeah, that does probably mean that you've aged a little bit over the years, Grizzly Dan, but we still love you. Could you? Let's see you grow a beard like that, Josh.
Can't,
Come
man.
on.
I've been trying, man. I can't. Baby face, man.
Oh man.
Clean cut,
My wife would never let me do that, but I want to kick it back over to Margaret. I think she's got what? 1, 2 online questions?
2 tonight.
Let's
and
do it right away.
Yeah, we've got a lot of UW-Whitewater supporters watching tonight. And so the first question is from David Torres on Facebook. He said, Jake, with UW pride, can you still Warhawk strut?
Yeah, Warhawk strut. Did he explain exactly what that was?
No, he did not. Maybe
you should show us. I don't know. You guys want to see the Warhawk strut?
That's my first time hearing about that. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know exactly what the strut is. Maybe it's a new thing they're doing these days.
All right. Any Whitewater fans in the audience know about it?
He's deflecting it masterfully there, I think.
All right. And then our
Go
second
Hawks, baby.
question.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Johnny on Facebook from Canada, actually. He wants to know what kind of music pumps you up before the game starts?
I like to listen to a little bit of hip hop, something fast tempoed. A lot of guys in the locker room listen to it, kind of just, you hear it a lot, so you kind of get used to it. And yeah, I like listening to some hip hop. Gets me pumped up.
All right. Thanks, Mark. Keep the questions coming. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get as many questions as we can from online.
What artist, though?
Depends what's new. Sometimes I like to listen to the new artist that's coming out. But, I like to listen to Drake. Drake's always good. I like to listen to Meek Mill. He just had a new album come out. Those are two of the... but I also like to go listen to some classic rock too. Tom Petty's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit more my wheelhouse. Yes. I'm
Old.
like Drake. I don't listen to Drake. You kidding me? How about Bruce Springsteen? You listen to Little Boss? Come on now.
I know a few of the songs, but he's not on my top.
He should be. He should. That's why they call it the Boss. Now I want to ask you a question. I didn't even see if you stomped your feet all over that ugly Bears welcome mat, but you now hate the Chicago Bears. Am I correct in saying that, Jake?
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
And if you hate the Chicago Bears, then you hate Ricardo Arguello over there,
No,
too, do
no
you not?
Hate no man. That's right. See?
That's because he hates you so much he can't even speak. All right. You heard me ask Josh some questions. I'll ask you a few things about Mike McCarthy, but again, your thoughts on your head coach being let go. Stunned, shocked, disbelief?
Yeah, I was shocked. Definitely bummed out about it when I heard the news. I love Coach Mike. He was a great guy, great coach. Loved seeing him in the meeting room. Loved when he got in front of the team, talked to us. We all respect him. None of us thought it was going to happen the way it did, but it's just part of the business, I guess. And, he's going to go on to do great things like Josh was saying. And we just got to, stay together on this and finish out the season strong. That's all we can do.
You know, you guys are so programmed. It's always fascinating to me. It's always the next practice, next play, next game, next week, whatever, next season. But how do you make sure that you guys avoid any hangovers that can come with kind of a shocking? It's almost like the grieving process in a sense, where you lose somebody that's been around for so long, or in your case, your whole career. Well, both your whole careers in Green Bay. So how do you avoid the hangover and make sure that you keep focused on the Falcons and then the following 3 weeks after that?
You know, we just got to make sure that we hit the film correct the last week and move on to the next one. You know, we got one of the things our coaches said. Coach Philbin came in and said to us, it was a pretty good message. You know, for the last 4 weeks of the season, he said, you know, we're not chasing perfection, guys, because nobody ever plays a perfect game. It just doesn't happen. We're chasing progress. So over the last 4 weeks, we don't want to be perfect. We want to progress. So we're going to try our best to just get better in all aspects of the field, special teams, offense, defense, and you know, that's all we can do is just try and progress as a team for these last 4 weeks. Tell us a little bit about Joe Philbin. What's he like behind the scenes? Is he kind of loose? Is he a stern guy? Is he, you know, what is he going to bring moving forward these last 4 weeks that maybe gives you guys confidence that he can do this thing? Joe's cool. I like him. I got to spend a lot more time than a lot of the guys on defense. You know, him being the offensive coordinator, and he's always running our meetings. So I got to sit in there and listen to Joe for a while. He's a funny guy. He really is. He has a good sense of humor. So he's also a guy that understands the game and understands that things aren't going to be perfect, like I was saying before. So he likes to work with us in that way. And I think he's going to, you know, do a good job at getting the guys bought in for this last couple of weeks. Last thing before we talk a little bit more about your path in your career, but from your viewpoint, why does the offense struggle to find consistency this season? I'm not sure. We know we work hard. We get our assignments down. We study. You know, we just are off in a couple small things each and every game. It's always something little here, something little there. So, you know, we're just, you know, a little bit away from wrapping this thing up and having a real good game. All right, so let's talk about, again, your career. Let's talk about yesterday, the first catch of your pro career, the first of many, right, Josh? This can be the first of many for this guy. Doubt, man. You guys see that? 11-yard catch? Thank you. Did you keep the football? No, I didn't. What? Yeah, I didn't keep any of the preseason ones or this one. I'm just waiting until I get in that end zone on Sunday, and then I'll keep it. You want the end zone catches, huh? Anybody say anything to you? Aaron Rodgers say, nice job? Nice job, kid? Yeah. Gave me a look and a wink and a fist bump. That was it, huh? That's good now. That was better than a football, maybe. Was that a moment, though, where I know you're in the course of the game, but maybe a sliver, you said, I did it. I did it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, but, like, I didn't do anything. I mean, I did my job is what I did. I went out there and ran my route and made the catch. I mean, I've done it 1,000 times in practice and in preseason, and you know, so it was nothing different than what I've been doing. But then, you know, after the game's all over and you kind of sit back and reflect on it, and you're like, you know, yeah, I was actually out there and made a catch. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and you're also probably thinking, dang, I should have kept that football. I could have been looking at that right now. That's all right. Get the next one. Family in attendance? Obviously, you're from nearby Chicagoland, so were they up and watching? Yeah, mom and dad and my sister were there, but they come to like every game anyway, so it wasn't really any different. They always come to support if I'm playing or not, and they found out I was playing, and they were like, cool, we'll be there. I was going to say, geez, it's just like no big deal. I'm like, my family, if that was me playing out there, would have been bawling. We'd all been crying, but was there any sort of emotion behind this? Yeah, man, for sure. You know, I've been playing for a couple of years, and I haven't been able to see the field yet. So being out there on Sunday with all my brothers, being able to go to battle was a lot of fun, and my parents were proud of me. Plus, your dad being an NFL guy, right? We'll talk about him a little bit, but you're sharing that experience with each other, too. That's got to be pretty cool. Yeah, Pops played for a few years, definitely, and anytime I got any questions about anything, you know, I always ask him, and he leads me in the right direction, helps me out always. Josh Jones, I want to ask you about this guy. You see him in practice, right? You probably go against him a few times here and there. What do you like about the bearded one, huh? What do you like about this guy?
I like his consistent attitude towards, you know, football. You know, he's the same guy every day. Like, you're going to get the same Jake every single day. And, like, during camp, man, I remember our coaches, like, he said none of our corners, like, in one-on-ones, like, team, nobody could guard him. Like, he was just going over the top of us, like, on a consistent basis, though. And that's why he has such a good, you know, preseason. And that's why he'll continue to, you know, grow and become the player that we know he can be and that he wants to be.
Jake, what do you see as your role then? I mean, these last 4 games, well, he's got to be out there a little bit more, number 16, right? Let's see it. They were bragging up your route running. The route, the commentators were very complimentary on your route running. We'll talk about that a little bit too. But how do you see this playing out now? Maybe just go to Coach Phil and say, Coach, it's my time.
Now that I'm actually up and active, hopefully, I start finding myself in the game plan a little bit more here and there. I got to play my role on special teams as well. You got to definitely get out there and hold it down on special teams. Got to get your blocks and whatever your assignment is, whether you're a gunner or whether you're on kickoff, you got to definitely play that role, and that's a big part of my role right now. So I got to make sure I'm focused on that too. I appreciate you too, Josh, man. Good stuff.
Well, there we go, right? Little brotherly love. So how does a guy who's a preferred walk-on at the University of Illinois, plays Big Ten football, how does he end up at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater at the Division III level? So you could play right away?
Yeah, no, we had Whitewater on our radar for a long time. It actually kind of goes back even farther than me before I was born. My dad, his family grew up in the Chicago area, and they had a lake house, a summer lake house on Whitewater Lake as kids. So my grandparents would take my dad and all his brothers and sisters up to the lake house, and they'd go to Whitewater Lake and hang out. And then now that my dad has kids, and I have an older sister as well, and when we were looking at colleges, they always knew, hey, Whitewater was a really good school. We're familiar with the area. We know what it's all about. And then my older sister went there, played basketball. So when I was looking to transfer from Illinois, I was thinking, where should I go? And I was like, you know what? I could go to Whitewater and win some good football games, be on a good football team, be able to be by my sister. I think that's the move.
Did you ever consider Stevens Point, Jake?
You know what? I didn't.
I mean, it's academically, it's superior to anything that Whitewater's ever does. I mean, it's superior education.
I don't know. Something about the orange and blue is kind of, I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll let it go. But, not many Division III guys make it in the NFL, stick in the NFL. So how did you do it?
Try to be consistent. Definitely try and catch the ball every time it comes your way and try to run consistent routes. And if you get told that you did something wrong, you can't have them tell you that again. It's only a one-time thing. If they tell you it more than once, they get pretty annoyed with that and they get sick of it. So if you mess up, you got to make sure you correct it and try not to make the same mistake more than once.
Of course, one of your big breaks was going to Wisconsin's Pro Day, though, correct? Because you didn't go to the Combine, but you turned some heads in Madison.
That's correct. I got invited to go to Madison's Pro Day, and that was the year Melvin Gordon was coming out of Wisconsin. So he had a lot of scouts there looking at him, getting an eye on him, and I snuck in there as a receiver and did my thing, and maybe I caught a few people's attention.
So you probably owe Melvin Gordon a little bit of some thank you there, maybe too.
Could be, yeah.
Send him something on Instagram. But do you use guys like Adam Thielen, Julian Edelman? Guys that, like, you look at Thielen right now, right, Ricardo? Undrafted Division II guy from Minnesota State, Mankato. Edelman, I think, was a 7th rounder, was he? Out of Kent State, I want to say. Guys that, do you use those guys as inspiration for your own career?
Yeah, definitely. Anyone that's out there having success, you got to, look at what they're doing and say, how can I, have the same success as them, if not more? And you got to, take little tidbits from each and every receiver you watch. I'm always trying to watch each guy and steal a little something from each person, when you're watching them play. And, definitely watch those guys. We have a lot of cut-ups on our iPads. We get a lot of film sent to us. So I've watched Thielen and Edelman's, whole season, of routes. You get to watch every one.
So he's studying, taking things from other guys. He could be the Packers' Adam Thielen, right? He could just make defenses just pay when he's on the field. So I think that's going to happen for you guys, for you next season. A couple more things before we take another timeout. But I wanted to say, speaking of New England and those guys, you spent, a couple weeks on their practice squad last season, I believe?
I did. But last season, they picked me up in the middle of the season. And I got put on their practice squad for about 2.5 weeks. And I got to experience how it was up there in New England.
Yeah, what did you pick up from Belichick and Brady and Edelman and Josh McDaniels? Maybe who knows? You're hearing his name being circulated out there as a potential head coaching candidate here. But
they're sharp. They're real sharp over there. They run tight ship. They don't put up with a lot of BS. And they're a good football team. It kind of reminded me, here they're old school a little bit there too. They got a good old school feel to them. But yeah, I think they were just real disciplined. And we are here too. But we just let a few things get away from us this year, and we're right on schedule.
Started your career in Cincinnati. What did you pick up from a guy like A.J. Green?
A lot, definitely. AJ was a real good receiver to start my career off with. I got to watch him and watch how he ran routes, and basically I just watched him all the time because he was kind of a quiet guy, and he was more than happy to help when you would ask him. But you know, I watched him more, and that would help me just enough, just watching his every move, try and copy exactly what he does because he's pretty darn good. So I was like, I'm trying to do exactly how he does it. I'd watch him run a route, I'd step in the same spot in the grass he would and go up the field. I swear.
That's not a bad guy to emulate your game on. But a couple more things, and then it's Margaret's turn for our social media question of the night. But you have been described as a really good detailed route runner. Is there an art to that, technique to that? How do you become a really good route runner?
You gotta be fast. I guess you gotta have a vertical threat. Every time you go up against somebody, you have to make them think that you're gonna run by them. That's like the number one thing as a receiver. You have to, make them think you're going deep, because then you can work off of that every time. So you gotta threaten the vertical.
Yeah, like I used to do, Ricardo. You gotta threaten my vertical speed, right, going down the field.
You're talking video games, right?
Yeah, whatever. Last thing, number 12, Aaron Rodgers. He said this about you in the preseason. I'm sure you saw it, but this is Rodgers' quote. I said, when you're out there, I'm coming your way. I have confidence in him. He's in the right spot all the time. He makes contested catches, finishes the right way. He practices like a pro. What was it like so early in your career to have a guy like Aaron Rodgers in your corner, a guy that it's tough to gain the trust of right away?
It felt awesome. Like we talked about already, I wasn't, doing much over the top, anything crazy. I wasn't, out on the field doing backflips or anything like that. I was just doing my job. And, to have Aaron say that, it meant a lot. And that gave me some confidence, to come out the next day. Like, dang, I didn't even know he was looking at me. Now I know he is. I'm going to go even harder.
Yeah, he wants number 16 on the field. He said that numerous times. Right, everybody? He wants number 16 out there. By the way, what's up with that big hug you're giving Aaron Rodgers on the sideline? You're going over there, you're just going bananas.
I didn't even know they caught that on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody got a picture? Y'all got a picture?
No, I don't think I have to ask Bill Glasheen if he got a picture of that. But any picture, Bill? Nothing.
No picture. All right, good.
Just we'll have to take a picture of the screenshot of you hugging number 12. But fun stuff, and we're going to kick it over to Margaret, who has tonight's social media question of the night.
Yes, Jeff Shillman on Facebook wants to know, were you more excited catching a touchdown in preseason at Lambeau than you were catching your first official pass in the NFL? And do you think you will get more chances in the last 4 games of the season?
I think catching my first catch in the game yesterday, coming from 12, that was pretty exciting. And I hope I do get some more opportunities. Yeah, it's not my call if I'm in the game, so I do everything I can to be in that position. So, yeah, I hope I can get some more opportunities the last 4 weeks.
All right, Margaret, yeah, you can clap. Absolutely. What does Jeff win for having his question selected, Margaret?
Yes, for having his question selected, Jeff wins a signed photo of Jake Kumerow. Each week we'll ask you to submit a question for upcoming guests that we'll ask live during Monday's show. We'll open up each week on facebook.com/clubhouselive.
All right, timeout. Ricardo, you're asking trivia question number 2.
So I need you, Josh, and Jake to kind of look out here and see who's raising their hand. This former Packers quarterback and Badger was the last player to wear the number 16 for Green Bay.
Ooh, Dale's just killing me, Dale. How about this guy right here? Scott Tolzien. He gets Dale, you're a sponsor. I don't know if I can be giving you pizza and beer all the time.
That was the last guy to wear 16, he said?
Scott Tolzien, a Badger, Jake Kumerow. But, yeah, give him the pizza and beer, Josh, and I'll read about Scott Tolzien, a former Clubhouse Live guest. Remember that, Ricardo?
Yes.
He played for the Packers from 2013 through 2015. Also led the Badgers to the Rose Bowl during the 2010 season. Currently listed as a quarterback with the Birmingham Iron of the Alliance of American Football, which begins play in February. I guess I'm not all that familiar with the Alliance of American Football, nor am I familiar with the Birmingham Iron. Have you ever heard of those guys?
Never.
Yeah. Maybe we'll learn more about them in February or something. All right. I tell you what, we need Jason, we need AJ. It is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge, and we'll play it right after this 30-second timeout.
Shopko's Lower Than Our Lowest Price sale is back with crazy low prices starting Thursday. All toys are 30% off, like board games, Hatchimals, Nerf, and more. 70% off Christmas trees, lights, ornaments, and decor. And get a 32-inch TV for only $128.88 after rebate. Wow! Buy one, get 3 free jar candles. And 60% off outerwear and sleepwear. Plus, get $10 in Shopko bucks when you spend $50 or more. Wow! Crazy low prices start Thursday at Shopko.
All right, everybody, it's time for our Potawatomi Hotel and Casino Clubhouse Live Challenge. Get on Island Time to win a Caribbean cruise at Potawatomi. More at paysbig.com/island time. And tonight, we're going to play another game that we love to call, Ricardo, How Well Do You Know? It's our original. It's our rapid fire trivia contest. Guys, you see the bell, and here's how it works. I'm going to ask you 5 questions that each pertain to the same category. If you think you know the answer, you just ring the bell. You can even interrupt a question, although tonight's going to be a little bit different twist to it, and I'll explain here in a little bit. Each question is worth 1 point. Ricardo, you will try to keep...
I got it.
I tell you what, Jake, I know UW Stevens Point, UW Whitewater. He went to UW Milwaukee.
Yes.
I mean, come on. What is that?
Yes, a Division I school, right?
Yeah,
keep
stop
going.
it. All right, at the end of those 5 questions, there'll be a bonus question of a point total that I'll determine to make sure Josh wins the game. It is his show. What you're playing for tonight, before I announce the category, the winner, and you're playing for this for your playing partner, is this Shopko Packers tumbler. Huh? Look at that. You could find some things to fill in that glass, couldn't you, Jason? You also get a signed photo of Josh Jones and an MVP CD with our hit song, not our hit song, but Eric Lips here, hit song, our theme song, MVP. The runner-up gets the signed photo and the MVP CD. Now, guys, it's Christmas season, right? We're in December. It's snowing. It's cold. Christmas trees are out. Christmas lights are up. Presents are starting to come under the tree. So I thought, what better category than to ask the guys about Christmas tunes? And here's the thing. I'll give you a line to a popular holiday song. You must then sing the line that's next. Okay? That means I have to sing too. So I will sing you a line of a song, then you, if you think you know it, ring the bell. You must sing the following line. Okay? How you feeling tonight? Feeling good, Josh?
Feeling good.
You got a good singing voice?
Nah, not really.
No? Jake, can you sing a little bit?
Good enough.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Here we go. Who wants Josh to win? I always got to ask, who's rooting for Josh? Who's rooting for Jake? It's always like that. Every week, it's always like that. They're good to the guests. Here we go. Song number 1. On the 5th day of Christmas.
My true love gave to me. I don't know the rest.
Oh! Well, let me finish it. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
I know there's a bunch of them. I'm trying to think what one comes
5
first.
cold rings.
Oh, there we're going to give it to Josh Jones instead. Jake Kumerow, you get the flag. It is 5 golden rings. I'm a little out of tune tonight, Ricardo.
You're always out of tune, man.
So Josh Jones gets a point. Ricardo score.
1-0, Josh. Bino, quit looking at the script over there.
Yeah,
I see
stop
you looking
it.
at the script.
Song number 2. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when they on his head they.
Don't know that one.
Hey,
Wow.
you guys should boo them. You boo me.
Yes.
He began to dance around.
Okay, close enough. Ricardo score.
2-0, Josh.
2-0 Josh, but I want you guys to sing the song. Song number 3. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. Yes, Jake.
Never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game.
Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful.
Ricardo scored.
That's the
2-1,
best
Josh.
one, man.
2-1 Josh. A little out of tune. I can hear some dogs howling outside right now. It's unbelievable.
Take it easy, yeah.
Song number 4. He's making a list. He's checking it twice. Josh.
He's going to find out who's naughty or not.
Yes, Ricardo scored.
3-1, Josh.
3-1 Josh Jones. See, you're really in tune. That's not bad. Not bad. Song number 5, Josh Jones with a 3-1 lead. Jake, you got to play catch up.
Yep.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Jake.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes, here we go. Ricardo score.
3-2, Josh.
3-2, Josh. That means the bonus question is actually worth 2 points to give Jake an opportunity to win the game. Now, I'm not gonna sing you a song. I'm gonna ask you a question about a song, so you're off the hook for singing. Here we go. Guys, how many la's are in fa la 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 la? Yes, Josh. Oh,
9.
6.
no.
9.
No, but
No.
Jake is closer. Jake wins. 2
Yes.
points. It's 8. It's 8 laws. He can go over. It's not like the Price is Right. Jake holds on. He comes back.
Yes.
He gets the victory. Rosie, we need some championship music because AJ's going home with the Shopco tumbler. You got the MVP CD and a signed photo of Josh Jones. You're not going home either empty-handed, my friend. You got the photo and the MVP CD. How about a round of applause for our fine contestant and brilliant singing?
Hey, yours wasn't much better, huh?
I take it you guys aren't into Christmas tunes too much, huh?
A little bit.
A little bit. They're too young.
Haven't
They're
been
too
living
young.
with Mom lately. You know, when you're living with Mom, she's always got them on.
Oh, she's got them on, I'm sure. She's probably
been some years.
she's probably watching a whole bunch of Hallmark movies too right now, right?
Yes.
Every night at my house they're on TV. It's ridiculous. Hey, we're winding down. It is the Christmas season, and we always appreciate when our guests are here, right, Josh? So we've got some gifts for you. I'm sure your parents are collecting stuff for their man cave or maybe your man cave. We've got some pictures so you can stare at yourself every night.
Awesome.
All right. All right, here it is. This is the first one. Put it on the monitor. It is the first NFL reception of Jake Kumerow's career. We've got it right here. Whoop, that's for you. And this pained me. This absolutely just hurt me deeply. But I had to go back to UW Whitewater and Jake Kumerow against Mount Union. Every year those guys played each other in the Stag Bowl, right? Jake Kumerow making
I got
a
a
crazy
story about
catch.
that catch, actually. There's a whole story behind it, actually. Oh, yeah, they're real good. Mount Union was definitely good. We played them back-to-back years in the championship, Mount Union. And the first year we played them, they were favored because we had lost the year before. We beat them 52-14, killed them. And then we came back the next year, undefeated the whole year, and then they favored them again in the championship. And we beat them like 43-34. It was a dogfight. But this was in my junior year, and it was in the fourth quarter, and we were killing them. And coach called a stutter go, a 10-yard stutter go. So I ran my 10-yard stutter, and I ran the go. Then my quarterback, I mean, you can see where he put the ball. Can't get much better than that. And I made the catch for like 35 yards, and I ended up beating the single-season receiving record by like 3 yards. And that was the last catch of the game. They took me out.
All right.
So that last catch got. Cool.
That's good detail. Remember that.
I remember that stuff perfectly. Yeah.
Oh!
Was Lance your coach?
Yeah, Coach Leopold.
Both seasons?
Yep.
Yeah,
he was there since I was there. Yeah.
Doing some good things in Buffalo, isn't he?
Saw that.
He might be moving on. We'll see what happens here. Last thing, I know you're going to listen to it. It's the MVP CD as well. So, cool. Ricardo, you have another audience question.
Yes, and it's from our friend Tracy Santos from Appleton. Tracy, your question. Go ahead.
Hi, Jake. Now that the offensive coordinator is taking over the head coaching duties, what changes do you see coming in the next 4 weeks to the offensive game plan?
He told us today, he came in and was like, you know what, guys, we're doing some pretty good things as a group. We don't have the record to show for it, but I'm not going to come in here and freak out and throw things away that we don't need to throw away. We don't need to wipe the place clean. So we're not going to change a ton. We're going to make things simplified. He said he's going to take about 3 or 4 things that we do good as an offense and really highlight those 3 or 4 things we do good and then really go hard with those. Same thing with defense and same thing with special teams. He said we're going to try and simplify it.
There we go. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate that very much. A couple more things. Your father, Eric, first-round draft pick by the Miami Dolphins out of Ohio State. Your uncle, John Bosa, played in 3 NFL seasons with the Dolphins. Your cousin, Joey Bosa, is a Pro Bowl defensive end with the Chargers. Your other cousin, Nick Bosa, Ohio State could be the #1 overall pick coming in the 2019 NFL draft. But I'm curious, some good bloodlines there, right?
We got a good crew, Oh,
well, first of all, I'm wondering what those Thanksgiving games were like when the family got together. It must have been a little crazy.
Yeah, we had some good ones.
Yeah,
as kids,
I bet.
yeah.
I bet. It must have been real crazy. But particularly with your father and uncle, how did they help you prepare for life in the NFL? They had the experience going in.
They prepared me from day one. Growing up as a kid, looking up to my dad and having all his old jerseys and his old football helmets at the house, and looking at all the old pictures of him. Seeing that as a kid, I just knew right away that was what I wanted to do. Try and do like what my dad did. And we grew up down in Fort Lauderdale, next to the Bosas. They live down there still. So when I was a kid, we lived down there about 30 minutes apart, and as kids, we would always hang out and play and go to Grandma's house and stuff like that. So I thought that was mine.
Well, don't answer during the show. I mean,
I was gonna just turn it off. Yeah, so just hanging with them as kids, and then growing up from there, my dad's always been, he's been my coach when I was a kid. He, helped me through every step of the way.
last thing, does it feel like these last 4 games, and for you in particular, a job audition, or do you feel like you've proven it, you did it? How are you looking at those last 4?
Never. It's a job audition every day, yeah. Especially these last 4 weeks. This is big time for everybody to show the coaches that you still got something to play for. They expect guys to maybe not do this or that, but this is a time where you got to turn it around and go even harder and show them that you care.
Josh, you feel the same way, huh? Even for guys that have been in the locker room a little bit.
Definitely, man. I feel like everybody's on that team. It's an audition. Especially for the next guy and maybe the next team, because you just never know in this business. But like you said, man, every game that you play, man, the film that you put out there, man, is an audition, man, because this league is pretty tight. It's like a fraternity, man. Everybody knows one another. So what you put out there, man, is is your resume, every week.
All right. How about the guys tonight? How about Jake Kumerow and Josh Jones? I'll ask trivia question number 3 real quick, Ricardo. Hey, check it out. In addition to leading the Packers in combined tackles, he also ranks 2nd in the NFL in that category. So the Packers leading tackler, also 2nd in the league in total tackles. Yes, sir. Yeah, get up here. Give him the bell, Josh Jones. Blake Martinez. You can all ring the bell and give him pizza and beer. The third-year linebacker already with 106 total tackles. That includes 65 solo stops. Martinez yesterday, a team-high 10 total tackles against the Cardinals. So here we go. We're going to go up north, Ricardo. It's Packers, It's Falcons, it's Sunday at Lambeau Field. Who's winning?
I'm actually going with the Packers, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bear fan going with the Packers.
I gotta get you guys feeling good for the following week. If you know what I mean.
Hey, I'm going Packers 31, Atlanta 27. It's finally going to happen. They're getting back in the winning ways. They're going to rally. They're going to bounce back. Falcons have lost 4 straight. They're 1-4 on the road. Early forecast, guys, calling for sunny skies, but a high of 26. So it's going to be chilly for the Dome team coming in. What do you guys think? Green Bay going to win? Yeah. All right, Ricardo, Packers News app.
With exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team, the Packers News app is your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. The app is available for iPhone and Android users only. Motorola Razr, you gotta upgrade.
All right. Again, special thank you to our sponsors. Shopko, our presenting sponsor, the official hometown store of the Green Bay Packers, Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Check them out at paysbig.com. Concrete Cutters, serving our communities for over 38 years. Escort Limousine Service, the preferred limousine service of the Green Bay Packers. Silly Toast Designs, our apparel sponsor. Original designs, custom screen printing. And finally, the good folks here at the Paper Valley Hotel. Josh Jones, you know what's coming up next, right? It is
final
time.
Words.
Yes, the final word. What do you got?
Man, we winded down this year, man. It's only like a few more of these, man. I've enjoyed it, throughout the year. I know it's been a tough year, but even after a loss, man, coming in here and just getting to enjoy you guys and talk ball and just talk life, man. It's been fun. So like I always say, man, I honestly, in the bottom of my heart, man, I appreciate you guys. For coming out. Everybody who's watching. Like always, man. God bless and go Pack Go.
You're gonna miss me, aren't you? You're gonna miss me.
Nah, man. I'm gonna be down in Miami, not thinking about you at all.
What? What are you talking about?
Hey, not thinking about you at all.
You'll be thinking about me. I know you will. Hey, keep those claps coming for Jake, for Josh, for Ricardo, for Margaret, and the rest of the Clubhouse Live crew. I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday at 6:30 as we celebrate a big Packers victory over the Atlanta Falcons with this guy, Green Bay Packers safety. Don't forget the footballs, guys. Josh Jones, where's the hugger. Take it away, my friend.
When it comes to cutting and coring concrete, trust the experienced professional Concrete Cutters Incorporated, providing full concrete cutting services. From handheld cutters to diamond wire sawing, with electric and hydraulic equipment available, we can handle all your needs. In business since 1980, and with state-of-the-art equipment from Husqvarna, Concrete Cutters is the area's #1 choice for any concrete cutting challenge. Residential or commercial, industrial or agricultural, what you see is what we saw. Learn more at concretecutters.net. Give us a call or stop in and see us at 1020 Prospect Lane, Kaukauna.